Hello and welcome to our Minecraft hardcore world. I'm Dew Mountain and this is episode 13. Guys, I am happy to report that I actually did it. In between episodes, I did a live stream and we were able to gather up ourselves just over a double chest worth of gravel in nether, which is what we're going to be needing for today to be building up all of our paths. However though, for those of you with a keen eye, might have also seen that we now have a netherite pickaxe, which I was in real need of when we were digging through the nether there, because it was just, we tunneled a fair bit. However though, I didn't just get enough ancient debris to make our pickaxe. I did collect, if we look in here, 26 pieces of it. So I think we should smelt this up now, and I hope 9 bits of coal will do the trick. And while that's going away, let's talk about what we're going to be doing for today's episode. So, last time we finished off our farmhouse and we got some frogs over into our lovely little pond, and as you can see now, I haven't bred any more frogs. It's just the ones from the 3 lots that we left off last episode with, and they're kind of invading my whole farm. It kind of reminds me of another frog problem that we've had in the past with Australia, but you know what, I love these frogs and they're going to stay. They're not going to annoy me. But what we're going to be doing today is continuing on these pathways. So what I want to do is, we see how we've got some land like here, how it's just not quite right and it doesn't connect up nicely. I want to try and start building it up so that way, we can actually start building on it, and probably during a live stream or something, I can actually place a house just for like a villager over here, one that's not going to stand out too much, but it's just going to fill in a bit of the background. I also want to, just trying to find, there we go. Over here you can see that it looks like a little bit of the retaining wall, or the start of an idea. And what I was thinking of doing is, I think I might ditch the idea of having over here the dockmaster and all that sort of stuff, because unfortunately I forgot to return to our iron golem and, well, he perished. So yeah, I'm getting very bad luck vibes from this place. So I think what we might do is just knock it down and open up the entire waterway for the river, and that way we can actually get our way back to home base as well, pretty easy in a boat. So I don't want to bring the path all the way down here, and I actually kind of want to maybe put in a bit of a retaining wall along some of these sections, sort of up here to round off here, and then maybe bring the path along that side, the front of the build. And that's what I'm sort of thinking of doing, but it makes a bit of sense in my head, because we've got like 3 stone masons and our village uses very little stone, so the fact that we probably should put in some retaining walls might just actually help us out a little bit. So yeah, I think that might be what we do. Alright, so hopefully you guys were able to follow along with all that sort of, a little bit of jibble jabble as I was trying to think through what I was saying a bit. But basically what we're going to be doing is just doing that terraforming up along the path here of our village, so that way we can build up all of our houses and have everything well laid out. And to start all of that, I want to put in our gate, so our entrance to the village. Now, this is sort of the only spot where it connects to the land over here, which leads off to spawn. Yes, Mr. Sheep, it is. See, that's all water. And then the other side is where it connects up to our end, where we connect through with our homestead. So I want to build up over here a bit of like a gateway entrance sort of thing, and then have our path leading off of here, and then set up in the bay over here our sort of docks and boating area. That way we can free up the canal a little bit easier back to our home base. So with the starting off here, I want to sort of continue on our roughly 5 wide path and wrap it all up around here, following sort of the idea of the oak logs here, but probably not as rounded. I might bring it up a little bit and more straighten it off. Then we can extend the land a little bit to nicely make our path walk along the edge here, before we come up to our sort of entrance area where we're going to start making in some stairwells walking up here before we come up to what I want to make a nice grand stairwell. So we're going to use a bit of stone and that sort of thing to make a nice retaining wall to lead us up and then wrap us up nicely straight in to where our sort of town hall is. It brings us up nicely to where all of our villages are being kept at the moment. We've got supplies for this mission, and I'm making use of our mules. So as you can see, I've got all the resources in there with me to be able to start working on this. So I'm just going to bring him along the different sections where I am, so I can keep a nice supply instead of having to keep running up and down to these chests and everything there. But that's the whole plan. What I want to get done today is build up these pathways, and then that way we can actually really see the land, and then we'll be almost pretty close to being able to finish up this project, because I think once we've got that in place, I can go on a stream and just build up all the villager houses, because they're all pretty much copy and paste, a little bit of changing up, and then we can work on our big sort of major project building up on top of the hill, which is, for those of you who may have forgotten or are new to the series, is going to be the library and the sort of the keep of all the stories and tales from this world. You know, we've got stuff in there to put in from Joe our dog, Polly the parrot. We've also got, we'll put our tales in of Mark and Chris and all of a few other villages that we've got here that sort of helped start up this land. And then obviously we'll write in there about our success and victory against the dragon, and maybe one day about facing the warden. So I think hopefully I've talked enough and we can collect our rewards. We can. So what we'll do is craft up our lovely netherite ingots, like so. Alright, we have 6. I need a smithing table? Yes. Blonk. Alright guys, so we have 6 pieces here, which is enough to completely do all of our armor. So let's quickly get that done, because I don't want to stand around naked too long. So you, and you. Now let's re-gear up. Become all nice and shinily purple. Alright, now we have 2 left. I'm really thinking that we should definitely have one on our sword. And, well, we're about to use our shovel a fair bit, so why not go with that? Alright, so now all we need is one more piece for our axe, one more for our fortune pickaxe, one for our hoe, and one for our dirty shovel that we can use instead of picking up grass or getting gravel if we want to get flint, which I kind of needed in that live stream. Alright, so now that I've collected up all of this goodies, we've got our new tools, we're a lot more safer in our brand new armor. I'm going to start making in some paths. So you guys don't really need to see that because you've seen already a fair bit of it in the last 2 episodes. So let me bring you back in when we're up to building our stairwell. So yeah, I'll see you shortly. Alright, so it has now actually been about a week since that last recording because, I've only been able to work on this a little bit in the afternoons, but I'm happy to say that I have put in all of our pathing. If we go on over here and have a look at our map, we can see that we now have our main entrance pathway coming in, wrapping all the way around, going down to the lower level over there. We've also got it branching off just down there a little bit, and as well as going up to the hill. Now, it's not, decorated with all the fence posts and the carpet and the little stones and leaves, because I'm going to sort of get that done a little bit after sort of the next bit, because I'm thinking that I've wasted a bit of time here and I might need to jump on a stream and try and get some of this done. But if we jump in over here to, wait, there, Dot was blending in. Dot, I'm sorry I have to break up your conversation with Chris, but let's go and show the paths off. So let's start off with leading up to where our big library area is going to be. We've continued over the jungle wood, sort of the slabs and the stairs to sort of keep a bit more of that dirt path of sort of walking up to the level. We've got a space here to put in another little house, and then continue on up here, and on the next little platform on the opposite side we've got the same sort of spot. Yes, frogs are everywhere around here, and I still don't regret letting them loose. Then we can come up all the way up here to where our top level is, and yeah, I kind of like this little clearing, and the view of the mountain that it has is really, really nice. You've got a nice little lookout down below, and we've also, I'm not sure if you'd be able to tell, but this all here has been man-placed dirt because we had a big hole over here, and I thought that if we lead from our original path up into here, we can build our stonemasons section where we can actually build into the ground a little bit and have like a little caved area for them to work in. So I think that'd be a nice little addition added into here. Oh, no, don't suffocate me, Dot, come on. All right. And then we've also got a little bit of a pathway which still works back and leading us into our track. I don't know where I was going with that. Alright, so then if we continue with one of the other easy ones that's down here, you can also see that I have continued the path in with the villagers, and I do need to move them so I can finish terraforming this little bit of land, but that doesn't need to happen this second. Now I've also made our pathway down into what's going to be just this one lonesome house here. I've also taken out all of the sort of the dock work that was there because we kind of agreed that I don't think it needs to be there, and I've left this here for the moment, but I think it's going to probably see the same fate because when I was walking along the sort of bay there and it was a bit darker, I could actually see the lights from our homestead. So I know that this is going to be a nice open way to sort of, especially with the boat chests now, to be able to sort of carry cargo up and down the river. So that's what we've got for this platform up here. I've also done again the same, a bit more smoothing out this area where we'll probably put a bit of a tree or something like we've done along the section here. Now I have left an empty path going on to this section because I want to finish the land there and move these guys before I decide on how big of a sort of, I know it's like a town square-ish sort of spot, or the meeting areas where I want to put around here, but I just got to work out my space once I move the villages. Alright guys, so now let's head on down our path and basically go out towards where the exit is, or back to spawn originally. So we've got a bit of a winding path down here which leads us onto the main sort of split road here. First off, we go down there to go to the main path, or we can go over here to another little single house which will probably be looking over sort of the entryway, so it might be a tower or something, I'm not too sure, but it's got a nice prime location there. And we come back on down the path, you can see here this is the actual stairwell where I sort of said I'd come back to, but yeah, I kind of did a little bit more. As you can see here, we've got it walking down, and we need to do the stone walling around it, which is what we're going to get to after this sort of show off. We've come back down here, we've got another little pathway that leads us down to the lower level of the area. So right up there was just where we were with our other little house, and I'm thinking we might build up like a potion sort of spot or something down here, maybe for Chris. But yeah, I think it's just in a nice little prime spot. Alright, back on the main road now, we're going all the way down and on our way out to where our sort of grand gates will be placed over here. Now, I've got a lot of sugarcane growing over in this section here, but I will eventually turn this into our little dock area and sort of have a pathway leading up and down between there. Now, over here, glitchy water, you might not be able to see it because of the horse, but yeah. Over here is where I have been collecting up a lot of dirt, and basically any area where it's sort of been covered over has had its dirt pillaged for the expansion of the village. So now as it's just starting to get on to night, let's go put Dot away, and yeah, I'll have a quick sleep, and then let's come back and start talking about building up the walls around these stairs, and also doing the division between the two sections up there. Alright, so I'll be back in a second. Such a peaceful sunset. Alright guys, so as you can see I've got a few sort of stone variants in my inventory as well as the spruce logs, which we'll probably strip because I kind of prefer the sort of texture of that. To sort of build up our stairwell here. Yes, Mr. Sheep, I'm doing a bit of a stair building wall. Thank you. Now, I would love to sort of have it as it's indented a little bit like in our sort of cave entrance to where we've got Mark's archery school, but I don't think I actually left myself enough room to really have a nice indent unless we bring it out one, but I don't think that would look alright, and I kind of wanted to see maybe if we just sort of have it as a nice plainer sort of textury build to it, because we want it to look a bit even, but we also need the stairwell up. Did that make sense? No. But so we're building up with these sort of blocks here, add in a bit of the stone variety as well, really sort of keep it in. I think we might also even get some of the cracked variants of these bricks. That might help with the look of it. And the tough's nice. It looks like it's just a bit more of a dirtier, worn in rock. Yeah, it's got a bit more of that shaded to it. It's going to really help it pop. So I think if we have it like this, but I do want to have that indented out one. Let's try it. I think that might work. And then if we come along and strip the spruce, yeah, that's alright. And then if we come in and sort of fix it up with the half slabs and the stairs to sort of help, yes, build it up at a bit more of a slighter lean rather than just the sharp sort of bumps. I think that'll look good. So then if we come out over here, we want stone there, so we'll put a wall up here. So it's diagonal one, so we go up to there. Oh! What did I do there that I didn't do here? I did it for this one. I had to move these ones out one. Switch over that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so it gives it a bit more, just gives it a bit more depth once it's got the sticking out the one block. So let's go make sure we repeat that over on this side here. Do you agree, Mr. Sheep? Alright, so we've got one up down there, we've got the stairwell there. I think all of these ones, they're just like little casual lift ups in the ground. So this is my thinking process, right? Wherever you see the jungle logs or the jungle stairs, it's supposed to just be a bit of the dirt that you're sort of just walking up, because we don't have half slab dirt. I know Foxy No-Tail has just sort of put out, not that long ago, an update or an add-on to do that, but I'm not putting that on this world. So for now, we use jungle wood as a little bit of the dirt up slope. Where we have here of these the oak ones is wherever stonework is going to be around it, because I continued that over in the sort of the horse stables, that we had the oak wood there with some stone outlining. Now when we get back up into the further where the houses are, and we've got a bit more of the wooder lining, I was using the spruce planks for that. So that's how I'm deciding which stairs get which one. Of course, hang on, how did I forget this? So here, I think we'll go out one, so over to this side here, which puts over here, and then we'll continue on very much the same pattern as this, and sort of map out where all of our blocks are going to be. Alright, so now we have our very blocky sort of wall. This side here is a bit more higher up because I kind of want to keep it as a bit more of the retaining wall. We don't want anything to sort of slope down from the hill. Where this one is just more of a casual guard, depending on sort of which spot you are, you can still words. Depending on what spot you are on, you can still sort of see over the top of it and have a bit of a look as you're walking along. And yeah, I think if we come along here, smoothing it out a little bit with some trapdoors, some stairs, a few half slabs, it might really start to pop and, you know, shine a fair bit. Now what I want to do is go through, and I want to detail the pathways now. I want to get all that nice and done and sort of have it come up as sort of how all of this section over here looks. So you see how we've got the bits of the grass, you've got carpets, we've got the buttons, the sort of looks like the rocks and the bit of pebbles. We got some of the leaves with the water in it and all that sort of stuff, and the fences to really help guide you around the places. I want to sort of get all that sort of stuff done now, and then I think we can start planning out some of the houses and getting those looking into shape. But before we go off, let's see. This is added. Oh, there we go. It hasn't added in a lot of detail into our map, but it has popped up to show that, look, we are now sort of supported around there a bit more. So I like that. These stairs here don't really need it, and nothing else around there either. So sweet. I think what I might do is, try and do a quick live stream where I basically just do a bit more of the finessing of the pathway, so that way we can jump in and start building something, because it's been a while due to work, and I'm itching to get some work done on the world. So yeah, let me get that done, and we shall be right back. Alright, welcome back. We have managed to go on a bit of a live stream where we have decorated up our pathway now. If I grab Dot back, because I prematurely jumped off of him, we can head down this pathway and see that we have put in all these nice fence gates. We've got the leaves with the waterlogged leaves with all the stones and the hidden lighting in the carpet. I still have to round off this edge here on the wall, but I think it's coming up alright with everything else sort of bringing in around the surroundings. We also on live stream built up 2 custom trees. So we did our first one over here, which I'm really proud of. I think it looks super cool, and it is hollow inside, so there's possibility to maybe set up a little bit of a secret sort of area up in the tree. And if we come on down here now back to our entrance, we've got our second lovely custom tree that we built up, and each one of these has a little bit of a beehive just because we had to go back home and get some more leaves, and well, we managed to score ourselves a few more beehives, so I thought why not add them into the decor around here. Now we did, as you can see, make a little path off over here because I was thinking that what we could do is build up here a little bit of a quarantine sort of bank. So if we've got the docks down here, anything that they might bring, we can sort of do a little lift up here and put up onto the path, and then take it over there to be sort of quarantined. So for example, just sort of we go with the law, so some other village has brought down some food or something, and we don't know if it's got any pesticides or any bugs that we don't want in our area, so we put it over here, let it quarantine before we take it up to the grand village. Now this path is almost done, and I'm not gonna lie, it is irritating me just how long it's taking it. Like, this is the month-long road, and it's probably going to be the title of this episode because it's taken me a month just to get all of this done, you know, going backwards and forwards between working and this. So what I'm planning on doing now is going on and doing another live stream, so that'll be the 3rd live stream for this episode. Man, like, I'm starting to get used to doing a bit more streaming, I think. But what I want to do is go around and continue and finishing off adding in a few more trees, some of the bamboo, getting some sugarcane down here, a few more bushes and that sort of stuff, and rounding off this. So that way, when we come back, I can just show you the nice finished progress, and we can wrap up this episode because, guys, it's been a month since I put something out, and you're probably thinking that I died or something, so I just want to get this one finished upwards, and then we can start working on this village again. So, yeah, let me head off onto another live stream, and when we come back, hopefully we'll have more trees, more sugarcane, and more bamboo, and it's just going to look very nice and natural. Alright, I'll see you shortly. Well, guys, look, there's no way of really sugarcoating this. This road has taken me about a month to do, on and off between work, and you know, it's at the point where I'm really hoping that you guys aren't thinking that I haven't put an episode out because I've died or anything, and I've got proof that I haven't, because last time when we spoke I said I was going to go off and do a stream and hopefully get the road up finished. Well, I've actually done two or three streams since then over on Twitch to actually try and get this road finished, but I am now proud to pronounce and to show you guys that after all of our hard work and this long time of not having a video out, we've finished our road. And I don't know how long this episode's going to be, so I'm sorry for all that sort of stuff, but I hope you guys have enjoyed what this has all led up to, of us finally finishing this road, because, man, I know I've been looking forward to this for quite some time now. And I really do think that we are starting to make our whole entrance and our whole village start to shine. Once we start getting some houses plopped up around here, it's really going to stand out. I mean, I know I've got to get those spruce trees in the background out of the way, but you know, I still need some spruce wood, as you can kind of tell. So for the moment, they're out of the way, and the podzol that it grows, it doesn't spread everywhere where I don't want it to. So it stays there for now. But as you guys can see, we have decorated up all of this area now. We've left our space to put our docks over this way here, and our sort of, I think I spoke about it in the last part. If not, it was something that we spoke on stream about having a sort of a quarantine area there from goods that we get brought in from the docks. And yeah, so we've gone around, dotted up and used some moss blocks around here as well as the leaves. We've created up some of our custom trees, and thanks to being on the stream and that and having a bit of a chat with a few of the people over there, we decided to mix in some of the flowering azalea leaves to sort of give a bit more of a pop and breaking colour, as well as you can see over here, we've taken advantage of the new mangrove tree leaf and placed it up here. And if you bow mill this, we can get the little propagule to grow down. And so now it looks like we've got little bits of fruit or something starting to stem off from these trees. Not everyone has them, but you know, a few of them do, to sort of just to break up the eye and sort of have a little bit of a different look and feel around here. Now, unfortunately, I do not have enough lanterns for this. I've already placed over 2 stacks of lanterns down here and just had no chance of finishing up. So that's something we've still got to work on. But you know what? I think it's coming along good, guys. Like, look at all these trees, and just, it really looks nice and just sort of natural, you know? It looks like this is a sort of an overish grown, nice little area. It's not, sorry, overgrown. It's kept, but it's not, you know, kept within, you know, all the restraints, everything. We've still got all the bushy vines, everything growing down the rocks. You know, we've got the pebbles, everything around, you know, but it's still sort of well kept. Like, we've got our paths, which is going to be leading to where I think we'll be working on for next episode. And that's down here to the where we're going to put Chris's house. So our big brewing section, everything, it's going to be placed off down here. And the reason why I want to do that next episode is once that's done, this whole area here will be complete. And it just, I don't know, to me it just looks magical. Now, we did put in a retaining wall, which we did up on the stream. And after we've gone through here, I'll jump in a boat and we can go and have a bit better of a look at it. But yeah, I reckon if we put Chris's house over here next episode, this whole spot will be complete. And yeah, that's what we're trying to get done now. It's not too long. We've got a few houses to build and we're on our main project. And yeah, it's going to be really good. Then we can fight the dragon finally. Alright, we get back onto our path and go up the stairwell, which we built at the very, very start of this episode. And yes, I know I said I was going to round it off. I forgot. And when I was doing the prep to record this little clip, I saw it and went, damn it, I forgot the one thing that I was supposed to get done. But it will be done sort of maybe between episodes on a stream or something. But yeah, it looks really nice though, I do think, with all of the sort of the flowers, the bamboo, and just sort of the natural looks. So as you can see, we come up here where it's a bit more now. We've got the torch spam again. But we've got a few more of these trees, and I really like how some of the branches arch over the pathway and leads us up to this nice little spot where we're just going to have a nice little sort of a lookout house that sees over the road into the entrance, and where we'll put up our gates somewhere over there. And yeah, as you can see, this tree over here has more of the little bit of the propagules, I hope I'm saying that right, the propagules growing from it to sort of show that there's a bit more going on in that tree, because when you're down there, it sort of blends in a little bit, so it gives it a bit more of a defining shape. But yeah, guys, like, I am really, really happy with how all of our trees have come up, how our path looks like. It's just so cool, you know, if I do say so myself. I'm quite happy with the work that we got done, and sort of the stuff that we went through over on our live streams too. That was pretty fun, having a chat with a few of you guys, and you know, working on a few of our ideas and that. So this is the last little spot, as you can see up here, that we've sort of done through. We've got a nice little clearing to be able to put up a house here. Who I'm not too sure who's going here, but I think it might be. It's got a nice space, so it'll be a nice sort of cozy, a bit of a bigger house than maybe the other ones we built. But I think it'll look really nice here. Alright, now we did continue the path and everything all the way up there, but we haven't done too much more of the decorations just yet because I want to sort of knock over this part so that we can have everything all nice and finished. Now, let's head back down to where our dock area will be, get in a boat and have a look over at our retaining wall and just sort of how the shape of the island's sort of coming along now. It's not really an island, but what I mean. Alright, let's go jump in a boat. Alright guys, so jumped in our nice little boat over here now where our docks will be. We'll replace it with some sugarcane, and yes, as you can see, I've got a hitchhiker in my boat, so we're just going to let him be here for now. Maybe he might enjoy the view. But we've got some really nice sort of shape coming along with our sort of, well, our land, it's looking really nice. All the trees, there's not one, not two trees are the same, and it really sort of adds to that whole realistic sort of shape of it because, it looks weird, it looks out of shape, which is a bit like how trees naturally look. I am struggling a little bit with my camera angle, so sorry about that. But yes, it looks really nice. Our retaining wall, all nice and vined up. It's starting to get that bit more of the overgrowth that I was going for. We do need to, and now that we've used a bit more of moss, we need to sort of set up a moss machine, I think, to get some cobbled moss and some mossy stone blocks to sort of interact a little bit more, I think, along with the bottom of the trim, just along the edge here, because I think that might help tie in the green and then the sort of grey from the wall. Yes, we have not yet finished this area here, but that's for another day. Come on, guys. It took me a month to get this road done, so I think we can wait a little bit longer before I touch onto that. Now, guys, this is going to be pretty much the end of this episode. Now, I know it may seem like we haven't done a lot, and it's taken so long to actually get here, but really, I am sorry that we haven't had a video out earlier, and it has been a fair bit of a journey just to actually get to this stage here. But I hope you guys can kind of see that now that we've got all that grind work in there and all that path is done, all that bulk of space is filled, you can see that there's not that much left to actually build in here. We've got a few houses to place in there, and then we've got our major one up on the hill just behind me. So, we really aren't that many episodes off of finishing from in this whole area here, and I'm super excited about that and the different possibilities of things that we can build and places we can go and that sort of thing. So, I hope you guys are pumped to sort of see that sort of stuff coming up, and I hope you guys are still happy to stick around, even while times are a bit slow to get some content out. With that said, though, I am not one that's really good at doing any self-promotion sort of stuff or like that, but I have been getting in the hang of doing a bit more streaming from this world over on Twitch. Now, reason why I bring that up while over here is because, well, over on our live streams, we managed to have our very first animal named over on the world, and we have over here a very, very special cow who was actually from the original village, and we found buried underneath the ground over there. It was pretty funny, just like the whole mountain sort of was just over her cage. And someone over on the stream called the cow Bella the cow. Then we had another person say, oh, what about Queen Bella the cow? And then we sort of went backwards and forwards. So between the two chatting people of mixed, I believe it was mixed up content, I didn't put the whole name there, and our good friend Mr. Pro Ranger, who came up with the name Queen Bella for our cow. Now, for the naming, we've also put in there, so it was the mixed up Ranger, the combination of the two. So yeah, and we've agreed that, this is our queen cow, and each time, when every episode is streamed, that we come and give her a golden carrot to sort of pay tributes to the queen. So yeah, if you guys are sort of missing the content from over here on YouTube, maybe go and check out myself over on Twitch, where I might be doing a little bit more, especially building sort of stuff back in the homestead. Now that I've finished the road over there's a lot of stuff I want to get done in that section, which, you know, works really good for a sort of stream sort of thing, just a chilled out bit of build where we've got our enchanting tree and that sort of stuff. So yeah, you know, if you guys would like to sort of pop on over there and yeah, come and say hello when we're having a stream. That's where we're doing our live recordings of the 100 days trying to survive hardcore Minecraft with Athica. New episode should be out next week. I know I've actually recorded it, so I've just got to edit it. So yes, it should be out next week. But yeah, so guys, with all of that, I know it has been quite some time between episodes, and I do really apologise for that. But I am very grateful for all of you that have stuck around for the month of making a whole damn road, and, you know, enjoyed this episode and actually liked sort of seeing the updates and the progress of actually getting this whole thing completed. And yeah, looking forward to next time when we build up Chris's house and get some more enchanting and brewing setups around the place. And yeah, so I guess until next time, bye!